Hello students, I hope you are all fine. I am Amrit Veer and I'll be taking up English for class 11th. So let me just give you an overview of what to expect from the content for this subject, the name of which is English Core basically, the technical name. So let's have a look at the contents of the curriculum. To begin with section A. Section A will be of 20 marks, of course a reading comprehension, and for reading comprehension you would be having two passages. Now by two passages I mean the first one would be note making. As you can see, the first question, note making. Now for example, this is a new introduction for you in class 10th. That is, till class 10th you don't have any note making exercise. But here in plus one, this is a major difference for you. You will be having a note making exercise. Now what note making is, of course we'll be doing it in detail later on during your sessions, classes. But note making is simply, in brief, in simple language, if I would have to explain it to a layman, it would be taking notes. For example, taking notes is when you are listening to a lecture, you simply jot down the main points. So this is exactly what you are to do. Of course, there's a proper formal format of doing, which we'll be doing it later on in the exclusive videos on note making. But basically you are given a passage, the length it mentions here, it will be of 550 to 600 words. You have to jot down the main points that cover the whole content of the passage, and plus you have to write a summary as well. So the division of marks would be, note making will be of 4 marks and summary would be of 4 marks. Here you will be including abbreviations also and title, which we'll discuss in detail later on. The second will be which you call the unseen passage. So it may be an unseen passage or it may be a poem as well. As you can see, the length of the passage will be 350 to 400 words of the passage, and a poem which would be of 28 to 35 lines. So it may be these types of passages. It may be a factual passage, it may be containing illustrations, description, report, discursive, argumentative. So it may be, broadly it may be a factual passage, discursive passage. Then in poem, the text may be even shorter than the prescribed limit. So they have specified that for poem, the word limit is not specified. Then next part, the writing skills. For writing skills, the first is a short writing skill. Now see students, for example, in class 11th, what you will feel after going through all these elements that we are discussing, that there are a few major changes and a few minor changes. So nothing to worry about that. Just have a brief, quick overview. Keep it in your mind what is expected of a student of class 11 studying English. Now this is a short writing skill. It includes all the elements which you have already done in the previous classes. That is, it may be a notice, it may be a poster, it may be an advertisement. So it will be of 4 marks. Then the second writing task would be of 6 marks. This would be a longer writing task. Now this will include the letters. Now letter may be of different types. It may be a business or official letter, it may be a letter to the editor, it may be a job application, or it may be a letter regarding to the school or college authorities related to various school issues. Then the third question will be of 8 marks. Now for this 8 marks, you have the article, speech, debate, narrative writing. These are the basically the components for this of writing. This was all about the writing task. Now let's move on to the grammar section. Now the grammar part of this section will include the applied exercises, just as you had been doing in your class 10th as well. It would be sentence reordering, gap filling, dialogue completion, sentence transformation. And the major components of grammar that are included will be determiners, tenses, clauses, modals, and change of voice. So this will be tested through these 3 types of exercises, that is error correction, editing task, close passages, the fill in the blanks kind, reordering of sentences, and transformation of sentences. And transformation of sentences would mean like the kind of sentences you have in change of voice. Now the next part, section C, that is the literature section. Now for literature, you have the first question, that will be the extract based questions, right? So you will be having the objective type questions, extract based. Here you have an extract from poetry, direct questions to be avoided. Now the point is, they will be giving you questions which have for which you have to extract the implied meaning rather than having a simple textual question. Now this will be for 2 marks. So you have to attempt 2 objective type questions out of 3. Now the second question of the literature section would be 5 short answer questions out of 6. 6 would be given, you have to attempt 5, and out of this 3 questions should be from Hornbill, that is the main reader. So they may be based on prose, poetry, plays, and whatever the genre of literature would be. Then of course this will be 10 marks. Then there would be one long answer question. Now one long answer is for 6 marks. 1 out of 2. Again you have internal choice. You have to attempt 1 out of 2 in 120 to 150 words. This would be from Hornbill. Then the next question, again a long answer question, 6 marks. This will be for snapshots. So you have one long question out of Hornbill and one out of snapshots. Snapshots is your supplementary reader. So you have 2 books this time. One is Hornbill and one is snapshots. Main reader is Hornbill and snapshot is your supplementary reader. Then the 5th long answer question, 1 out of 2. Again this would be out of Hornbill. So 2 long questions out of Hornbill and 1 from snapshots. This was all about the pattern of the paper. Now these are the textbooks. Of course you can note down the names. Hornbill and snapshots both have been published by NCERT. So these textbooks are also available for download from the CBSE website itself and the NCERT website too. Next, one thing I would also like to talk about is your ASL, that will be for 20 marks, which would include assessment of listening and speaking skills, as you have already been doing in your previous classes in school. Just have a look at this design of the question paper, the division of 100 marks. Now basically this division would be, as you can see, 80 plus 20. 80 is the theory part which we just discussed, and 20 for ASL, which makes it total 100. Section wise division would be for the reading comprehension. It will be, these are the key competences for which you will be tested in this section. The total marks are 20, that is the weightage is 25%. Then your writing skill and grammar, these are the competencies, reasoning, etc. The total marks are 30, weightage is 37.5%. Then literature, textbook and supplementary reading, these are the key skills and competencies for which you will be tested. Total marks 30, again same as section B, and 37.50 percentage of weightage for this section. Total 80 and ASL would be 20. That makes the grand total to be 100 marks. Now before we wind up, I would like to have you have a look at this comparison between what changes have been introduced by the CBSE now and what it was earlier. As I already gave you the blueprint in detail, these are the changes. Let's observe section A. Section A would be containing the objective type questions also, 1 into 6 marks, and MCQs also, of course, they were there earlier. Now the point is, earlier only very short answer type questions, short answer and MCQs were there. Now we have the objective type, MCQs, short answer questions. Now objective type, if it comes to your mind that we already, since we are having the MCQs, now what are objective type questions? Objective type questions means it may be a fill in the blanks, it may be true or false, it may be match the following. These are all objective type questions where you don't have to write in detail. That is an objective type question. Section B, grammar. For section B, grammar, it would be that speech and debate writing issues will strictly be tested on contemporary issues, right? Very large answer questions have been added. Debate has been added for 8 marks. Earlier it was for 10 marks. Grammar 6 marks. Earlier grammar was 10 marks. Close passages have been added. Now see here in this case, very long answer questions. Debate, there is only change of weightage. For grammar also there is only change of weightage. Closed passages have been added. That is the fill in the blanks kind of exercise where you have strictly closed options. Then in case of section C, we have already seen in detail, you have to attempt 2 out of 3 questions for the extract base. RTC is reference to the context. Earlier you had to attempt 3 questions out of 3. That is, all 3 were compulsory for 3 marks. Now it's only 2. Then short answer questions, earlier you had to attempt 3 out of 4 for 9 marks, that is 3 marks each. Now you have short answer questions, 5 questions out of 6, that is 10 marks or 2 marks. Earlier it was 3 marks questions. Now it is 2 marks questions. So these are the major changes that have been incorporated for your curriculum of class 11th this year. So students, this was all for the introduction of this curriculum for class 11th English core for the year 2020-21. I do hope you will enjoy learning. We'll be starting with the video lessons, the chapter wise lessons very soon. So keep in touch, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you. Stay safe.